Picture yourself as someone possessing the cunning of Joe Biden, the charm of Emmanuel Macron, yet behaving in a manner that could make even Rahul Gandhi and Volodymyr Zelensky seem like sagacious statesmen. Justin Trudeau epitomizes this intriguing persona. For too long, Trudeau has been the world's laughingstock. His actions have little bearing on global affairs. But a recent twist in his narrative has caught the attention of Canadian Hindus. Probably Uncle Trudeau didn't have enough time to cover his tracks. As he extends his Navratri wishes, Trudeau's latest overture towards the Canadian Hindu community prompts a question. Does he truly believe that Indians will genuflect at the mere snap of his fingers? If so, he may be in for a rude awakening. So welcome aboard as we delve into Trudeau's unconventional approach to diplomacy and how it is perceived by the Canadian Hindu population. We'll explore whether this newfound attention to a particular community is rooted in genuine outreach or if it is a strategic move that has no benefits at all. After nearly a month of attempting to paint India in a villainous light, Justin Trudeau seems to have learned a lesson. You can't always bully seasoned backbenchers in school of diplomacy like Bharat, who have faced far more formidable, sometimes clumsy opponents than him. Perhaps that's why, seemingly out of the blue, he extended warm greetings to the Indian expatriate community in Canada on the occasion of Navratri. In a surprising turn of events, Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, has embraced the Indian expats and their celebration of Navratri, acknowledging its significance. According to an official press statement, he proclaimed Navratri is one of the most important and sacred festivals in the Hindu faith, commemorating the victory of goddess Durga over the buffalo-headed demon Mahishasura and the triumph of good over evil. Often seen as a celebration of feminine energy, it is a time for friends and family to come together and honor century-old traditions with prayers, joyous performances, special meals, and fireworks. But what's the motive behind this sudden change of heart? Trudeau aims to mend the monumental mess he created in hopes of rescuing his dwindling popularity ahead of the impending general elections in Canada. In an attempt to make amends, Trudeau is reaching out to the Indian community in Canada and highlighting the cultural significance of Navratri. He considers this festival as an opportunity for all Canadians to gain insight into the culture of Hindu communities and recognize their invaluable contributions to Canada's social, cultural, and economic fabric. He further stated, today's celebration reminds us that diversity is one of Canada's greatest strengths. On behalf of my family and the Government of Canada, I extend my best wishes to everyone celebrating Navratri this year. In a nutshell, Trudeau's newfound appreciation for Navratri and the Indian expat community is part of a larger strategy to salvage his political fortunes before the imminent general elections. It's a remarkable pivot from his earlier stance where he attempted to vilify India ad nauseum. Now he seeks to mend fences and embrace the diverse cultural contributions of the Indian community in Canada. However, amidst all the commotion, it appears that Justin Trudeau has overlooked a fundamental aspect of politics, the art of covering one's tracks. It's a skill he appears to be quite the novice at, despite his prominent role on the global stage. Trudeau's recent attempts to extend warmth towards Canadian Hindus have not gone unnoticed by the Indian expat community. They see through his overtures, well aware of his actions in the Middle East, where he tried to exploit the Israeli cause for political posturing, seemingly oblivious to the repercussions. It's worth noting that his ludicrous rhetoric against India didn't elicit any support from the concerned nations like the UAE or Jordan. Yet Trudeau continued to take unwarranted jabs at Bharat. This approach raises questions about his diplomatic acumen and the coherence of his foreign policy. While he speaks of bringing peace to the Middle East, Trudeau turns a blind eye to the unchecked activities of the pro-Hamas brigade in Canada. Some Canadians chastise him for not being unequivocally pro-Israel, while others berate him for neglecting the plight of the Palestinians. Furthermore, the way the Canadian administration left its citizens stranded in Israel to fend for themselves mirrors how Trudeau has seemingly abandoned Indian expats, particularly Hindus, to the mercy of Islamists and their Khalistani associates. If Trudeau believes that Indians or Israelis will turn a blind eye to his diplomatic gestures while he backstabs them with his actions, he is in for a rude awakening. The intricacies of international relations demand consistency and integrity, qualities that seem to be lacking in his recent maneuvers. It remains to be seen whether this apparent double dealing will impact his standing on the global stage, particularly with Indian and Israeli communities who value trust and reliability in their international partners.